So I think we can call this episode Come to Find Out I Don't Really Suck. Are we allowed to do that?
I like.
I wonder if iTunes, so on iTunes, I'm rated like as clean, on the podcast, it gives rankings. I like
Oh,
being
for being
clean.
clean.
Yeah, I like being
Yeah,
clean,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
it,
for
because
sure.
I'm clean.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see if that triggers
Oh, gotcha.
a thing. So I'm talking with Jimmy Reed. Hey, here's what I've been working on something and I want to get your feedback on it.
Hmm.
So, why they didn't use you? Why they didn't use you? I came up with four. I came up with four reasons of why somebody doesn't use me.
I think loan. Like I've always managed a lot of loan officers, and the deal that the person didn't choose them.
Yeah.
You know, man, we salespeople can like make situations look really good, but we can also make situations look way worse than they are. Someone doesn't use you, and I get fixed. Sometimes we get fixated on that, right?
Tell me. Wait, go. Tell me more.
Yeah, so like there's the 5% rule. You ever heard that?
In finances, but maybe not what you're referring
Well,
to.
5% rule is like, you let's say you do a survey
Okay.
and you see this one comment come up a couple times. Well, if it's not more than 5%,
Ah,
like don't even talk about it. Like
yeah,
eliminate the noise. Don't even like nothing. Give it zero,
yeah,
zero, zero attention.
yeah.
Um, yeah.
I think that's a problem that a lot of loan officers have is they'll be making calls or prospecting, whatever that looks like. And they go, well, I had this one agent. It's like, oh
Speed
boy, here
bump
we
or a
go.
roadblock. I would say speed bump or a roadblock. That's a speed
Yeah,
bump, brother. You can get over that one.
yeah. So five reasons they didn't use me, right? So I'm not going to say you because then I'm pointing at somebody else. I'll point at
Yeah.
me.
So why they didn't use me?
So I've come up with, yeah, because I try to figure it out. Like, why didn't somebody use me?
Yeah.
And it's not that I fixate on it, but it's like if I know what these things are, then I can fix them,
Hmm.
right? So here's the four things that I came up with, and I haven't come up with a fifth yet, by the way. So I come to these four.
All right.
So number one, they didn't know who I was. They didn't know who I was. Didn't know
Oh,
me.
like you never had contact with them.
Yeah, didn't know me.
Someone did a loan and they didn't know you.
Or like the real estate agent didn't refer to me, or yeah, or maybe wouldn't meet with me, wouldn't
Oh,
refer to
like you got
me.
the lead, but they never had an opportunity to get to know you.
No, like let's say I'm looking to work with an agent,
Hmm.
and they're not referring to me, they're referring to Bob.
Uh-huh.
Number one, I think they didn't know who I was.
Got it.
And so I think it's so important not just to tell them what I do, but to let them know who I am.
Oh,
You know what
now
I mean?
now I'm following you.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got to let them get to know you. That's why, like, on my, so I run a lot of Facebook ads.
Now
Like
hold on. Are we talking about borrower clients or realtor clients or both?
I think it could be either or.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it'd be either or. Because again, the borrower didn't use, like, let's say Consumer Direct.
Yeah.
They didn't know me. They weren't referred by an agent. Because if you're referred by an agent, well, they kind of know you.
Yeah.
You,
That's
you know what I
exactly.
mean? Like
Yeah.
like like Carl's my guy, or he's my air conditioner person, or he's the guy. This is the lady that cleans my gutters. You don't know him, but through me you kind of do. I said, hey, he's with
Yeah.
me. He's connected. They kind of know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, that's the triangle for trust we were talking about.
Ah,
That's exactly what that is. That's a higher,
yeah.
much higher conversion rate. But we'll
We'll,
get to
we'll
that. We'll
we'll
get
do
to
that on
that.
the next
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
So they didn't know me, and so I thought, all right, there's a couple ways to fix this. So number one, for me personally, I have not gotten Consumer Direct to be a profitable, scalable thing. I get it. Quicken has. I haven't.
I agree.
Yeah, I think it takes just an incredible amount of energy in literally millions of dollars of marketing to go consumer direct to make it successful. So number one, don't go consumer direct. So go come as a referral so they know me. And then for the agent, let them get to know me. So I like the Facebook ads a lot. Uh, I think there can be a lot of wasted time on social media. I think targeted custom audience Facebook ads is not one of those wasted spaces. I think that's a very, very, very good use of time where I get a qualified list of agent, upload them into Facebook, run ads just to those people. And don't, I think the mistake a lot of loan officers make when they run those kinds of ads is telling them what they do, but not who they are.
Ah, the purpose of those ads isn't to, I wouldn't know. This is a question.
Yeah,
Like the purpose of those ads when you do that with a targeted list is for you to become familiar.
that's it. I'm not expecting them to,
They're not going to start sending you leads and you never even talk to them.
no. Absolutely not. Yeah, that's the other mistake I think sometimes people make is they run these ads and they go, "Hey, how come I'm not getting any business from it?" There was a, well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to throw a rock at somebody, and it's not my style to do that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, just yeah, the purpose of the Facebook ad is to make it so that when I call you, you go, "Oh, you're that guy." And I think it's important to let them know who I am as a person. Like this is what I do.
Within that ad.
Yeah, 'cause I do a series of ads. I do the
Huh?
teach, tell, touch, sell,
Huh?
like in my ads too. And so teach them something, tell them a story of success, touch their heart,
Huh?
and then come out of the closet and make an offer. Right. So at four different ads, by the way, you can combine. Sometimes they can be a combined ad, but primarily it's four
A
different ads.
series.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. Like when I go on vacation, I show them in a cool way, right? Here's where I'm going, and here's where I'm going with, and my kids are important to me.
Yeah.
I absolutely adore my wife. I've got good friends. This is the kind of festivals that I go to on the weekends.
Uh,
Just, 'cause that way, if you're a party animal, we might not be the best match, and that's okay, right? There's other people that are party animals that you'd be a better match with, right?
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just, or whatever that thing is. I
Well,
don't know.
so it's so old school, but you remember, like if it's new, it's not true or whatever. So
Yeah.
I remember my first industry event. I went to a seminar.
All right.
I'd been in the business maybe a year and a half.
Okay.
And what I remember most is they said people choose to do business with who they like, know, and trust.
But you got to know you. And you can know them without ever meeting them, by the
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
like we,
Cause like, God, dude, I feel like I'm a huge Oprah fan. Everybody here knows that, right? And so, dude, I feel like I know Oprah. There's been a book written about her. I've read it. If there's been a podcast she's been on, I've listened to it. Like just a fanatic about her success.
she's
I love
brilliant.
her story.
Yeah,
And so I feel like I know her and I've never met her. I feel like I don't know, Brad Pitt or,
yeah, I
insert
get it.
in.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
with
You
you.
feel like, yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So number two, first, it's going to sound related to number one, but it's not. So number two, I wasn't relatable. I
Mm.
wasn't relatable.
I have two people that popped into my head, and I see
Not,
a lot, but I can't relate to them.
yeah.
Wonder if anybody can when I watch them.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ah,
So for me, that person would be like, I'm not relatable if I'm showing graphs about the bear market and the bond market and things like that, at least for my crowd, they don't care. Like
yeah,
it's not that that's not important. It is. Should a
yeah,
loan officer know those things? I'm not going to argue against that, of course,
yeah,
right? Am I going to use that in my messaging? Absolutely not, because then I'm not, at least to my crowd, I'm not relatable.
yeah,
And so I can't talk at a real high level on the mortgage stuff. It's just not relatable. Like they can't they I'm not trying to impress them about how much I know, because if I do that, I've lost. I got a very dear friend of mine. I love this man. Like I love this man. I've known this man for probably 30 years.
mm,
Huge influence in my life. Yeah, just one of the greatest people I've ever met. He's got a vocabulary that's unbelievable.
oh,
I think he reads the dictionary just cause, but no, no, no. I'm being serious because he enjoys it.
oh,
Like that's his, instead of doing well, he'd crush crossword puzzles. I
oh
don't know.
man,
Instead of playing a game on a computer, he'd rather grab the dictionary and learn. Really smart guy, right?
oh,
Well, the problem is his vocabulary is so impressive, and it is. He uses it in his day-to-day talking, And if you didn't know him, you'd think he's showing off, and he's not. He's not that kind of guy, right? But I think he
I would
loses.
have no idea what he said.
That's the problem. Is you got to kind of listen to him, and sometimes you have to know the context of the sentence to know what he's saying.
Yeah,
And he just I think he borderline becomes unrelatable because he's using big words like dumb it down a little bit,
yeah,
you know. So
not
so
for me.
that so that's my number two
Like in
is
your messaging and in your presentation.
yes.
Yes.
So for me, I think one of the big secret, it's not a secret, but one of the big things that I've learned is I want to be, or at least my approach, right? The way that I do it, which isn't the only way, it's just my way,
Yeah.
is I'm your buddy next door. I'm the guy that you talk to on the other side of the fence, like in your backyard kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to come across as this stiff white shirt banker, which is how people want to look at, not want to, but that's how they may look at us,
Yeah.
not knowing how the industry works, as they see us as the
The
banker.
banker. Yep.
Yeah. And so I think it's real important. Here, I'll tell you a quick story. I met with a pastor preacher at a church one time, and I asked him, I said, "What's your primary job? Do you see it? Like, what do you see as your primary job?" And he said, "I tell you what it is." And we were in the church at the time. He said, "Look up at those windows," and there was big stained glass windows,
Uh,
right? And they were pictures of the apostles and Mary and Christ and Paul and whoever, three wise men, whatever. And my job is to make those stained glass figures come off of the window and become real life.
oh,
Uh,
relatable.
relatable. Very powerful. He was a great pastor, by the way. He was our preacher, minister. He was a fantastic guy. And when he said that, that's exactly what he does. Like when he tells stories, they sound like he was with them last weekend when he saw this kind of thing. And so it made it relatable. So I think,
I think you're onto something because you know how it's Christmas time and
yeah,
people mail out their letter.
yeah,
In the people that I feel closer to after I read those letters
yeah.
are not the ones that tell me about the 4.5 grade point averages and their kid got into Stanford and the other kid's going to the
Mm,
Olympics and they just got back from a 2 month vacation in Greece and then now they're going to Hawaii for 3 weeks and then you know what I mean?
mm,
I feel like I must be doing something wrong. My kids are a mess. I'm a mess. My
mm,
garage is a mess. I've been trying to go on vacation for a year and a half, and we can't figure out where we want to go. And like then my dog's pooping on the concrete, and I can't figure out how to get her to stop. Like, like I'm like, dude, is that really your life, man? I don't even want to talk
mm,
to them because it makes myself I feel bad about like I don't know what.
mm. So yeah, I suddenly feel inadequate, and
Yeah,
I don't
and
need more of that.
yeah. I like the ones that are like I don't know.
I'm a real person just like you.
Yeah, well, tell about. I'd rather hear about something you messed up and fixed.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a real person just like you. Number
Oprah.
three, I didn't have a clear plan. And where I got this one at was I didn't have a I either didn't have a clear plan of going forward with them, or I didn't have a clear plan on following up with them.
Okay,
And
so talk to me more about the first one.
so the clear plan about going forward with them,
Moving forward with them.
how I look at that is like, hey, and Jim, here's how this works, and then spell out how it works.
Uh,
So
is
in this
it okay
case,
if I tell you the process? They're all
oh,
yeah,
please, please.
yeah. And then you tell them the process.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like using the follow refer back program, I'd say, all right, Realtor Jim, here's how this works. What you're going to do is you're going to send me every time you get a lead, you're going to send it to me in real time. You're going to take a picture of it. You're going to write it down on a napkin, take a picture of it. You're going to take a picture of the open house leads that you got in. You're going to take a picture of it. This person just called on one of your sons. You're going to take a picture. You're just going to send it over to me, just in real time. Just send them over to me. Now, here's what's going to happen. You're going to follow up with them, and Realtor Jim, so am I. Now, we both know that some of those people you're not going to reach. They're busy, you're busy, whatever.
Yep.
Some of those people you're going to reach that I'm not, and some of those people I'm going to reach that you're not, and some of those people we're both going to reach. But on every single call, Jim, how it works is the first thing I do is tell them how lucky they are to have met you, which we both know is a real thing,
That's right.
right? Remember, I'm talking to qualified agents, so they are lucky to meet with them, right? Because they're top 4 or 5% in the nation. And then, Jim, we're going to convert more of them. Here, let me give you a factual number, Realtor Jim. Did you know that and I don't know where you are, and I'm not saying this is where you are, but did you know that the average agent closes 5% of their leads, 1 out of 20? Real number.
Real
One out of
number.
20. Yeah, real number.
Story.
Jim, if you're following up with those people and I'm following up with those people, tell them how lucky they are to get you. And we both know I'm going to talk to some of the people that you didn't. Of course, I'm going to qualify them, for a mortgage and then refer them back to you. Follow up, refer back. Jim, can you agree with me that going from 1 out of 20 to, oh, I don't know, 2 out of 20 isn't a stretch by anybody's definition? And then if that's true, is that not literally a doubling of your business without you getting one extra lead? Are we on the same page here?
Yeah. Is this being recorded?
Uh, well, this podcast, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. That was
right.
a great, that was, listen, I've been doing this a long time, man. That is a great
It's a
assumptive close. Like, that's good.
it's a clear plan.
Yeah.
It's a clear plan. So now you knew me. I'm being relatable, and I just gave you a clear plan. But it doesn't work without number four.
I'm taking notes. This
Well,
is awesome. Keep going. Number four.
so number four, and this is the last one that I've come up with. I didn't ask for your commitment. Now, I'm not asking you to commit for life to me, right? We're not getting married here.
Yeah.
The commitment of, are you going to send me? Are you going to
Yeah.
do this? Are we
How do
going
you
to
feel
do
about
this?
this? Are we
Yeah, are
gonna,
we going to
is this
do
gonna
this?
work? Are we gonna make a run at this or
Yeah,
not?
yeah, exactly. Are we going to do this? Or can I count on you that your open house you're having this Saturday? You're going to take a picture of it and send it over to me
Yeah.
so I can help you close one extra deal. Are we on the same page? I'd love to work with you, man. Can I count on you for that? So
Yeah.
you can ask for it in a cool way because I don't like. I think, hey,
Yeah.
Jim, I need your commitment here, buddy. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. Like,
uncool.
what I'm just picking up on really is just to add that at the end of a meeting
Yeah,
in the blue collar kind of everyday way that you just said it.
yeah,
It's kind of like, hey, we don't gotta bullshit each other. Like, after we just met, we got this program we're working on. I explained how it works. Like, so what do you think? Like,
yeah,
can you see yourself sending me your next 20 leads so we can work on this together and I can show you how I follow up? Like, are we gonna do this? Like, just
yeah.
are we gonna do this?
Or can I count on you?
Yeah, or can I count
That's
on
mine.
you?
But either way. But yeah, just I think because I think so often times in the past when I didn't get their business, I just didn't ask. Here,
Yeah,
I'll tell you,
and sometimes I don't ask when I know they're not gonna.
or when I think they're not going to.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
I think they're not gonna, and wow, and how many times was I wrong, missed out and missed out?
I tell a story. I had a guy who had a really cool widget for loan officers. And he knew that I'm
That's what you do.
blessed to have, a fair amount of loan officers, hang out with us, right? And he had a really good thing. Like it was something that could help people out. So he's in Texas. I'm here in Tampa Bay. Calls my office. Hey, I'd love to meet with Carl, and I went and looked at his widget and went, man, this thing's pretty good. Yeah, have him come on in town. So he flew from Texas to the Tampa airport, met me at a Starbucks about a half mile from my house. We met for about an hour, I guess, something like that. Nicest guy you'd ever want to meet, right? Super nice guy. And he had a killer mousetrap. I mean, it was really, really good. It would really help loan officers close more loans, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm about 15 minutes into this, and I'm going, well, this is a no-brainer. This is going to work out great. So about an hour or so, and he's flying back. So he flew in, meeting, and then he's
Flew
flying
in,
back
flew out.
out, right? Yeah. And I don't have all day to meet with him. He knows that, right? And neither does he. He's got to get back. So here we are about the hour meeting. I'm just looking at my watch and going, "Hey man, I got to run now." And we did a little pleasantries, and we shook hands, and he left and got back on his airplane. He never,
Never heard from him again.
he didn't. he didn't ask me, "Hey, is this something that you want to do together?" Which I would have said yes, right? He didn't ask. And so we left, great meet. I get back in the office. One of my helpers says, "Hey man, how'd it go?" I don't think he liked me. What are you talking about? What do you mean he didn't like you? I met with him for an hour. I think it'd be a great fit. And, he didn't ask if we could work together. She said, she said, "You silly goose. He wasn't, it's not that he didn't like you. He was afraid to ask or intimidate. Like,
Yeah.
I hate to use the word intimidated because I'm like the most unintimidating person, or I think I am. But he was just afraid to ask for the business. Hey there. Hey, if you're loving the tips so far, be sure to hit that subscribe button right down there and then tap the little bell so that you never miss out on more free cool tips coming your way. Also, I would love to hear from you. Drop a comment beneath there. Let me know what you think or tell me what you'd like to hear next. And that one little thing wasn't good.
Like I think that salespeople get confused. Like, do you remember your first kiss?
I do actually.
Do you? Me too.
I do.
Paula Ander.
Yeah,
Or
I'm
like I think I might have kissed Renee when I was
right.
in kindergarten or
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I get it. I get it.
But my first real kiss, Paula Ander, I think it was seventh grade at the end of the year.
Okay.
And it was right before the last bus. I was going to go home. And it
Yep.
was just like we were sitting there looking at each other all uncomfortable. And we just kind of both leaned in and kissed.
Yep.
So I didn't ask her, can I kiss you? Or do you want to kiss me? So follow me just for a crazy second.
Okay.
'Cause I think sales is so much, it is relationship. It is like it is. And in so many ways. And so I think salespeople kind of think sales is like your first kiss. It's just a
Mm,
feeling you get, and you'll know it when you
mm,
know it.
mm.
It's not like your first kiss.
Yeah.
No, it's not like your first kiss. Don't treat it like that.
Mm.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. So that was my list, man.
I think your list is amazing. Like,
And all of them pretty easy to fix.
well, like when I usually look at leads, I'm like, I'm always working on managing my own expectations, so I'll keep
Yeah.
moving forward and my loan officers. So I was like,
Yeah.
look, there's three kinds of leads: the good, the bad, and the ugly. So it's like a third are using you for information, right? They're just using you for
Is that
information.
the is that the bad or the ugly?
That's the bad.
Okay. All right.
The ugly, I call it fun but hopeless.
Yeah.
They want to buy a house, but they ain't never going to buy a house
Yeah.
for whatever economic reason or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And there's some of those that you run into like about every 3 months. I get a lead about this one guy from a different realtor because
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
over, right? So those are fun but hopeless. And then a third are the good ones. They're gonna
Mm.
follow. They got referred to you. You called them and said, "Hey, come in." The way this works is you meet with them. They said, "Okay." They brought all their stuff. They signed and they're going to use you. And then that's the 35%, right? Remember the
Hmm.
leads?
Yep. Yep.
And then half of those close.
That's about right.
So like stop like I was trying to get people, hey, stop worrying about your skill, worry about your activity, worry about your visibility.
Dude, I just had the conversation with a guy about that. One of our coaching clients I was just talking with, and this guy's converting just great. I said, dude, this is going to be so easy. So he's currently closing 8 units a month. So he closed,
Good living.
yeah, yeah, oh yeah, he's doing great.
You get rich.
For most people,
Dude,
they'd say,
100
dude,
loans a year, three or
I'd
four
love to
grand
do
a
it.
loan.
Yeah. So I think it was what was it? 90. He did 91 so far, and we got a month left here. So he did 91, something like that. Anyway, it came to 8 units, and his target is 16. Just by chance, literally a doubling. And I thought, boy, this is going to go so easy, really easy, because all he's got to do is just figure out what he's doing that's not really working that well, and stop doing that,
Uh-huh.
and just doing more of what's already working
For leads.
for leads. Right,
Yeah.
right. And so, his biggest problem is going to be being able to hire a team fast enough
Hmm.
to cover the leads coming in of once he starts narrowing down and just doing more of what's already working and less of everything else, which actually equates to less work overall. Because number one, he has helper looking to, to help him out with all this stuff now. And number two, he's doing less of the stuff that really doesn't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that
which
part,
is
go ahead.
which is most people's day.
Yeah, like that part that you just talked about is like people don't
Yeah.
think that's the hardest part, but building a team,
Yeah.
I mean,
It,
I've made a living teaching people how to do that for 30 years. It's
yeah.
hard. Yeah. What
Yeah.
they do, how to keep, like it's how long do you think a brand new team member needs to be on your team to be at full capacity?
So you're full capacity. Let's call it 90% capacity because there's always
Okay.
that final tweaking. I don't know
Almost
what,
90.
like 6 months?
Um, you know what I think is gonna be
Tell me.
crazy.
Tell me.
2 years.
How many years?
Two.
No kidding.
A year they'll be really good, but 2 years they'll finish your sentences.
Mm,
So my point is, when you
mm.
ask, when I ask a normal loan officer, like the normal, a loan officer, day-to-day loan officer is not thinking
Yeah.
about this stuff all the time like us.
Yeah.
They say, sometimes they say 2 weeks.
Mm,
Sometimes they say 2 or 3 months. And man, 2 or 3 months is they're just starting to they've just now decided they're not gonna walk out the door.
hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm thinking about my own production. It probably took me, that's probably about right, about 2 years to feel somewhat comfortable.
Like you knew what you were doing.
Like I wasn't going to make too many mistakes, kind of
Yeah.
thing. So yeah, about 2 years. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess I guess that's about right. So anyway, well,
Well, I want to talk about one more. Can we have a couple minutes
sure.
on your four things?
Yeah.
So they didn't know who I was.
Yep.
I'm not relatable.
Yep.
I didn't have a clear plan for what's next and follow.
Yep. That's right. Uh-huh. Yep.
And I
Or
never
or I had a clear plan. I didn't let them know what it was.
didn't share a clear plan.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't share a clear
And
plan.
maybe didn't have one at all,
Maybe
frankly.
didn't have one. And if I
Yeah.
did, I have to share it.
Yeah. Hmm.
And then the last one was they just plain didn't never ask for the business.
Didn't ask for the business.
I was going to
What?
ask a question,
What?
but I'm not sure if it makes sense now.
Well, so what do you think? Where does the I tell you one thing I have found, and I'm curious to see what your experience with this. I have found of those four, the fastest one to fix is number four. Didn't ask for the business. And I have found that if we just simply on every conversation at work, every conversation that we have, if we either ask for their, and I'm going to use the word commitment, but ask for a referral, uh, who do you know who? Like, ask for at every conversation when we call to ask about the bank statements, ask them who they know who. When we're talking with a listing agent, give them an
Uh,
update. Hey, can I count on you for the next buyer day? I'd love to work with you twice this month. If they simply did nothing but at the end of, let's call it 90% of the calls to ask for a referral or
yeah.
ask, can you count on them? That one simple thing right that I think would be a drastic uptick in their business. Just that one.
I think they'd make at least 150,000 more a year for an
I
average loan officer, not
All
like a
right.
like
I completely agree. What do you think holds them back?
I think they see it two ways because I did.
Tell
I
me.
never wanted to be a salesperson. So the one way is like at the end of like let's say I get a meeting with a realtor or
Okay.
a builder or whatever. At the end
Yep.
of the meeting, and I've talked about I've given, I've talked about something. Um, it's a lot easier for me to ask them if they could see us working together. Some people won't do that, just like the guy who flew in.
Yeah.
But I see that as, hey, the purpose of this meeting was to talk about working together. So I feel comfortable asking you if you think we could work together. This is how I still think, to be honest. But then, like I'm doing a loan for somebody and I'm calling them to get their bank statements and I already have them as a client and remind them. be- I get hung up in my head about, is this the appropriate time? Have I asked too many
Mm,
times? Am
yeah,
I going to make them not use me because I've asked too many times for their help? Which is all silliness.
yeah.
Like it's straight silliness, right?
Hmm.
So like, which ones? You said the fastest one to fix is number four. Which is the hardest to fix?
Well, to have a clear plan, to give a clear plan, to have a clear plan, you have to have a clear plan. So that takes a little bit of time or help,
Uh, yeah.
thought, find what somebody else like yourself. If I was looking for a clear plan, I go, well, I think I'll call Jimmy because Jimmy has some amazing numbers, uber high producing, has loan officers that work with him that's uber high producing, one of the highest averages in your branch, and maybe the highest average in your branch of somebody more than two people in the branch, right?
Yeah.
Of a
Like 10 or more
let's
people. Yeah.
yeah, let's call it five or more loan officers in the branch. You probably got the highest average that I know of anybody. So I'd find somebody's got a good, clear plan, right? Which obviously you do. Not relatable. You just got to tell them to dumb it down a little bit.
I think people fall under the pressure of being liked, so they become unrelatable.
Hmm.
When the truth is, if they were more who they really were,
Yes.
they'd be more relatable.
Yeah. Just be you.
Yeah.
Because what I found
Mama
it
told me.
like if I try to be you, Jimmy, instead of trying to be Carl, or not, I don't have to try to be Carl. If I'm trying to be you, I'll attract your crowd, but then repel who my crowd would actually be. Now, you and
Well,
I have a huge overlap in our personalities, or that's the way I see it.
I see
But
it
you
too.
get what I'm saying. Like if I'm trying to be somebody else, the me is going to finally come out. And when they see the me, number one, I've repelled the people that would already be naturally attracted to me. And then when they find out who
Yeah.
I am, I don't know. It just, I just be,
And people can sense it.
yeah, just be you. Like,
Yeah.
just be you. Yeah. And then don't know you. That's pretty easy to fix too.
Well, that was your specialty, man. As far as getting like being known, being highly visible, like you taught me a different way of thinking. You've been doing this not only the mortgage business, but you've been running a loan officer assistance, help coaching like content
Yeah.
marketing program for how many years?
Like 20, I guess. Yeah.
I think it's a little more than 20, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I think somewhere around there between 20 and 25. So 22,
Well,
23 years,
I
something like that.
wonder how many similar companies started up and shut down during that time.
Oh
I
boy.
would venture to guess a
It,
lot.
it's been a handful. Yeah.
Yeah. So when it comes to getting in front of people,
Yeah.
you've been the
Well, you
most.
know what? I tell you what, one thing that got me thinking about that is, as I was thinking one day, I'm going to go back to Oprah here. Oprah can't make a cold call.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
How about that one?
Never heard that one before.
Yeah. Oprah
Oprah
can't make a
can't make
cold
a
call.
cold call.
Hmm. So it's like, I want to be Oprah then, in that respect, yeah, make it so everybody knows you, which is, which is not that hard to do, frankly. In today's world, it's pretty darn easy. It takes consistency, but,
Yeah, I
yeah,
think you know what you really opened my eyes to is that marketing
tell
is
me.
is mandatory.
Yeah,
I used to think you could do sales without marketing, and there is a little bit of a difference,
there is.
but just a little,
Yep. Yeah. Hmm.
just a tiny bit. And I used to think you could do good, high level sales
Hmm.
results without marketing. But that's like trying to be Oprah and no one knows who Oprah
Well,
is.
you might could. It'd just be harder. So
Much.
I'm not. Yeah, it'd be harder. But yeah, no, I think because I tell you a much worse mistake, much more costly mistake is doing the marketing without the sales.
Oh, because that's a waste of money.
That is a waste of money.
Money and
It's a
time.
colossal waste of money. Yeah, I see people like they're focusing on, well, it's all about the brand, and I got to brand myself. I got to brand myself. And I go, okay, there's somebody that's not going to turn out well if they don't fix that way of thinking. Nothing wrong with branding. I'm not saying there is,
Yeah.
but yeah, you got to be actually talking to people. I tell this story all the time. I got a dear friend of mine. I'm very grateful for the relationship. His name is Dean Jackson, and one of my favorite questions to ask people is, what's the number one thing? What's the number one activity you do that makes you the most money? And everybody I've ever asked that to pauses for a second, thinks, or two or three, thinks, and then comes up with an answer. He's the first one ever. And since then, also, I asked that question. He had an immediate answer. And his answer was, "Hey,
Right.
Dean, what's the number one thing that makes you most of your money?" He said, "Having conversations." And this is a wealthy man, having conversations. That was eye opening. Having conversations,
Wow.
having conversations. Wasn't marketing. Even marketing is important. It wasn't branding. Branding's important. It wasn't social media. Social media is important. It wasn't AI. AI is important. Having conversations.
Freedom tracker.
Freedom tracker, tracking your numbers, how many conversations you're having, and who
Yeah.
you're having, who in the conversation. That is you tell me how many people you tell me who and how many people you talk to today. I can predict your income.
100%.
Yeah,
You give me those freedom trackers that we worked on together. If
yeah,
the loan officer gives me 3 months in a row of full ones, they will have a good 3 months following
yeah.
for sure.
Hey, let's do a. You know what? So we can't end the podcast. See, so people don't know you. Well, they know us. They listen to us on a podcast. Relatable. I'm doing the best I can. Right.
Yeah,
This is all I got. Not a clear plan. Hey, I'm going to give you a clear plan, and I'm going to ask for your business. Hey, you want to see a copy of this tracker, this thing that we work on, where that if you fill this thing out, I can predict your income with great success. We'll be happy to show it to you. Just go to getmoreloans.com, and tell them I authorize. Because we don't show this. This is a real thing. I don't know if we don't just show it to people, but you tell them Carl and Jimmy said it was okay for you to see it. You want to see what we call the Freedom Tracker, and it'll show you exactly what we track. Here's the activity to be doing. How many times are you doing this per week? And it'd be a good thing to know. And by the way, this Freedom Tracker, it literally spells out exactly this is the activity that moves the needle. If we know how many times you're doing this activity and this, there's a handful of activities. There's not 20, but
that's
there's
right.
probably about, I don't know, five, I think it is, something like that. We know these activity you're doing. We can with great success we can predict your income. So go check it out. Getmoreloans.com. Obviously, we're looking for you to join us in some of the things that we're doing, like the alliance that Jimmy and I is doing. But you don't have to be a member to. They'll show you. They'll show you a copy of it.
Yeah, good
And
idea.
I promise you, they're not going to put you in a full Nelson, and you will comply. So
Yeah,
good
I love
stuff.
the name. You know why? Because it feels like the opposite of freedom to commit to those activities and do them regular,
Mm,
but it gives you freedom when you do
mm. It's good to feel free, isn't it, Jimmy? I'll
them.
cut the
Yeah.
sign.
Like for real, like you work 25, 30 years in this business and you've followed some people and they taught you some lessons and you saved some money and now you have freedom to do whatever you want. And the super cool part is when you still keep doing the business.
Mm. Dude, so yesterday, I know we got to end this. Yesterday, I was at the mall with my
Dude,
first.
you went to the mall?
I did. I
Oh, dude, I
did.
don't go to malls, bro.
I did. First time I'd been since last Christmas.
Yeah.
So I enjoy walking around all the lights and everything. So I have a grandson now, right? So he's 7 months old.
Oh, that's cool.
And so, yeah, so me and the lovely Mrs. White, we put him in the car, took the stroller, walking around the mall, let him see, yeah, just let him see the colors and stuff,
Good time.
Yeah, I'm having a good time. So we go over to Santa. Got to get pictures taken with Santa, right? And it used to be that you could go sit on Santa's lap, or kids, of course, go sit on Santa's lap. And if you wanted to buy the pictures, fine. If not, fine. But either way, you could sit on the lap. Doesn't work that way anymore.
Mm.
So at the mall I went to, it was $49. It was like $50.
Oh,
50 bucks.
upcharge.
Yeah.
Upcharge.
Well, no, not an upcharge. That is the charge.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't sit on Santa's lap without paying the $50 because you're going to get the pictures. It's not an option anymore. Do you want pictures? No, I just want to talk to Santa. That used to be free. It wasn't.
oh.
That was new to me, by the way. So
Hmm.
so
Did I
anyway,
know
so we get the pictures right now. So while we're getting the pictures, I see, dude, it kind of broke my heart a little bit. I see these more than one parents with young kids come up, and you could see them.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, oh,
Oh,
dude,
that
and
stinks.
then they're having to explain to the kid why they can't do that.
Oh, that's horrible.
And so yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't crazy about the message of that. Just yeah, it just added a
Right.
kind of a weird. But I get it. They're trying to make a living too. And that's how this works. And I get all that. But you know what? But I back to the freedom thing. Yeah, I was just telling Maria. I said, we're so blessed
Oh man.
to be in a career that $50 are going to tell me who my kid talks to. You know what I'm saying? And or who we get a picture from. So I don't know. I felt weird kind of bringing this up because I don't want
No,
to.
I think it's 100% like why you do what you do.
Yeah.
That's why we do it. Like,
And if we want to get a picture, we're going to get a picture. Should
yeah,
they charge a 50? That's a whole nother argument. I mean, they're trying to make a buck and they got to pay to be there and
it's up to them.
the malls, whatever. But I just thought it's nice to be able to. We want to go to Disney, we go to Disney. We want to get a picture with Santa, you get a picture of Santa. You want to help another family in Christmas, you help another family
Yeah.
in Christmas. And
I
just
have to tell this story comes to my heart and then we'll be done. But so I started doing loans December 15th, 1996.
wow.
First job in the mortgage business at Sierra Pacific
Okay.
as a loan partner one. And the crash was '08,
Yep.
'07, beginning of '08.
Yep.
So I was 10 years in the business
Okay.
and that was bad. I mean, do you remember how bad that was?
Oh, brother.
Went down
It
to
was,
like three loans. One of the months I only closed three loans. I never
dude,
closed
I
three
I
loans in my life.
literally went from an average of about 50 to that like three in like a 60-day period.
Yeah, it was like a
Like
faucet.
it was brutal.
And it was like March.
Yeah. That's right.
And we were supposed to go to Disneyland and stay at the Disneyland Grand Hotel and fly
Mm,
down. And, that's an expensive hotel with our two kids and do all the full day passes for 3 days and the blah, blah, blah with the private guy that cuts the lines, whatever. And I was still able to go
mm.
because someone taught me how to do this business and someone taught me how to watch
Save
my
money.
money and save money. And
Hmm.
that all is about what you said that triggered it was like, dude, if you're in gratitude, you can't have a bad day. It's
Mm.
impossible. Anyways, it was
So,
fun.
dude, I got a very similar story.
Really?
Yeah, literally. Except we were slated to go to New York, New York City.
Mm.
Same thing. But probably while you were at Disney, we were in New York. Like
Yeah.
literally. We go to New York. We had already paid for the room. Took me, Maria, and our three kids. We already had the rooms booked. We already had the flights booked. We're going. Like we're already there. And boy, it was tough. It was tough, And say, hey, we've already paid for it. We're gonna not go. So we went, and I said, hey, we just got to be really careful with our money here. But you walk around New York, you don't need a bunch of money, right?
Yeah.
Because it's
Fun.
just walking around. There's
Yeah.
plenty to see, right?
Yeah.
So we'll go in this restaurant. We're just going to get some appetizer, and we'll go to the grocery store, make sandwiches, and we'll have that.
Yeah,
We'll
at the
go in the
hotel room.
restaurant
Yeah,
to have
yeah, I got
appetizer,
you.
right? Yeah. So we all order a Coke. I look Coke's $3.50. All right, we'll get a Coke. Just a little glass. They bring you a little glass, $3.50. And they were coming up. Would you like some more Coke? Sure. Would you like some more Coke? Sure. Would
Three
you?
dollars and 50 cents each time.
I did not know that.
Oh my gosh.
We ended up with a bill like a $75, which I thought it was going to be 13. Anyway, so it was the same.
Yeah.
I thought, oh my God, what are we going to do? And yeah, that was a tough time, man.
Scary.
It was real scary. So cool. All right, Jimmy, I think we're out of here, man.
All right, buddy.
All right, thanks, man.
See you next time.